Hey guys, how y'all doing? Woo woo! Okay, we are going to first see what I did to the back here. Okay, so I did this piece here and I put the lace behind it. Love it, love it. And then here I was thinking I'd do this. I'm just not quite sure that I'm ready for that yet, but I left them there so you could see. Okay, so we're going to open this up and I'll show you what I did. Ooh, wow. So there you go. I still have to make my items to go in here. Those will probably be collaged or something like that. And I cut down a little bit of the frame that was around these so that they would fit in here. I made little side pockets because remember I deconstructed these pages here, so I had to cover up that mess. And got another little card there. I love the little puppy. The little puppy. But the little girls are so cute. And then here is my, and I did add one more sheet. So it's all complete. But isn't that beautiful with the horses? Love it. And then I cut out these little tickets, and I had the one little stamp left. So I put those down in there so we could have some fun little things in our small pocket. So that's it for that page, guys. Oh, and I put this across the top. I did rip the material. And then what I ripped off, I made little bows and I got another candy cane like I've got in the boot because I wanted to have it at least in two places. And then I've got the poinsettia. All right. So we will just tie this back up and do this and bring it around front, which makes it go prettier down, and I don't have, and I'm going to cut these, but I'm just not sure where I want to cut them or if I'm going to add something to this. So these I'm still leaving the flaps in, and I don't believe I've done anything else. I was just kind of taking inventory of what else I needed to do. So now we're going to work on the front inside cover. Woo woo! Okay, so I got two scrap pieces of black that were the same size. Yeah. So I can tell you these are 8.5 by 4.5, or ooh, where is my, okay, centimeters. 11.6 by 21.7 or 21.8 centimeters. So that's what these are. And then I had another piece of scrap that I just cut down so that it was the same height. And just so you know, this piece is 3.5 inches or just about 9 centimeters. Okay, putting the book aside for a moment. Momentito. And we're going to get our scoreboard out. All right, so we're putting this bad boy in here. We're going to make an accordion pocket. In and out, in and out, in and out. Because I want to be able to put all the pictures either that are left over in this, you know, if you want to, you know, if you got pictures you want to put in there, you can put a bunch in there, or you can, you know, if you put all your pictures in and you have leftovers, or you have ephemera, or mementos or whatever. So this big pocket is going to kind of work for all that stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so let's see. This is 3.5 inches. So I'm going to just do 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. So that is attached, accordion, attached. So I am going to need 2 pieces of this. 2 pieces. 2 pieces. I'm looking through my scraps, trying to find the smallest one. Now here, I can get this. Do I want to do a 1/2 inch or do I want to do 1/4 of an inch? What do you guys think? 1/2 inch is a very large accordion. And if I'm going to do that, I would have to do the bottom as well. Because what good is a inch opening if your inch opening closes at the bottom? Then you're only going to be able to get that inch opening use out of it like an inch up from your paper, because the rest of it's going to go down into a point. So if you don't accordion the bottom of it as well, then, you know, you're just losing that big pocket, the total amount that you can get into that big pocket. So yeah, so I think first, let's see. What else do I have here? Do I have another piece that is exactly the same height as these? Well, it's close enough. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this piece real fancy now. Get it all that measurement just right. I'm going to cut this piece to be the same as this one, this way. What kind of space do I have in here? I think I'm going to do 1/4 inch. I do believe. So we're going to toss that one. I love it. Okay. So I think if I cut another one of these, here's my 2 basic page pieces. So I'm going to take this other little scrap here, and in my fancy dancy way, going to get the measurements just right. And there we go. Okay. All right. So I have my side piece. Let's see if this is going to work. So we're going to do a 1/2 inch for the attachment. Then we're going to go to 3/4 of an inch. We're going to go to 1 inch, and then we're going to do 1.5 inches. And that gives us our accordion and our 2 spots to stick onto our base pages. And I'm going to do the same thing. 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch, and 1.5 inches. All right, so now we can cut those on our inner 1/2 inch score lines, the last 2 score lines. We're just going to cut right down the score lines. So let me get that done. There is one. I found another piece of scrap. And here is the other. And this is all garbage. Garbage. Okay, so we're going to fold. Make sure that we're getting nice on the fold lines. Let me get this out of the way. Oh, no, I do need it again, so hold on. Let's take one of the pieces that are our main 2 pieces. Again, that was like 4.5 by 8.5. Okay, so we're going to take one of them. And I'm going to do a 1/2 inch flap. And then I'm going to do a 1/4 inch. And that's it. And I'm just going to flip it over and get these little ends, a little bend to them. So we'll leave that. But I think, oh no. Here we go. Oh no, one more thing. Oh no, one more thing. So is this the one I cut? Which one is the one I cut that is the exact same size? Not that one. Whoop, whoop. And we're not going to need all of this, but we're going to do the same thing that we did with these little pieces. We're going to do our first 1/2 inch, which is what we're going to connect with. And then 3/4 of an inch, 1 inch, that makes our accordion, and then 1.5 inches makes our other attachment piece. And I'm going to cut right down that score line. La la la. Having fun. I know it's not Christmas in July anymore, but I am still enjoying this. You know, if I rush it, I'm not going to enjoy doing it. And I am enjoying doing it. So we got time. So now I've folded the first one, and now I want to fold the next one the opposite direction and then come back onto itself. So the little accordion is in between our two pieces. So we have like a big M or W, whichever way you want to do it. So that is what we have. All right. So we're going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to fold this one forward twice. And then we're going to, let's see, just flip it over and catch that first little fold. And then bring the other one back on it. Boom, boom. And we have another W. That one didn't go real straight. Okay. And same with this. Fold this one forward. Okay, that's not working real straight. Hold on. Because I didn't go back and fold the little ends. Didn't fold the little ends. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to fold that first little 1/4 inch score line. Make sure that you're getting it nice and straight. And that side is, and this side is not. Sometimes you gotta manhandle these suckers. I'm manhandling this one. Or woman handling. That's even worse. Don't you know it? Okay. And that one turned out nice. Just take your time with them, guys. Take your time with them. Okay, so the one that we scored is our top flap, because it's going to come and close over our accordion. But we have the 1/4 inch, so we do have some room for it to come over and fold. I didn't make the top accordion because to me that gets a little messy when you make the top one accordion. Okay, so we are going to glue on our two sides, and you want to make sure that you're opening where the mountain is to the inside of your book. All right. So let's get this glue woke up. Oh, and let's also give a little bit of a cut. Don't cut your score line, but this is just going to hide the bulk of your build. And that's always nice. People don't want to see layer and layer and layer in a corner, okay? So always try and hide your bulk. So let's get a little bit of glue down. and put down our first side. Our first side! I'm so excited. All right. Just line it up with the edge. And I can't see what I'm doing. Line it up with the edge. Nice and straight. If there is anything sticking out, just clip it. There we go. And a little down here. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. All right. So there we go. First one done. And again, we want the mountain to be towards the inside. Oops. Oops. Let's get this. Da-da. Okay. Towards the inside. Inside. I want this one. And right on the edge, I'm going to move it onto the white so I can see what I'm doing. The only problem with having black, the phone keeps doing something funky. Keeps drawing my attention over there. Stop it, phone. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. So there is that. And now we've got our bottom piece. Let's get our little, well, let me leave one side. So just do what you're going to glue down. And we're going to leave the one side. And we are going to have to make this shorter because we don't want it interfering with, let's see if I do it. We don't want it interfering with the side pieces. So this needs to get to be a little shorter. So you want to cut it. You want to close your two sides. Lay this down so it's just missing the mountain on the inside. And then make a mark where you want to cut. So you're just missing the mountain. No mountain. We don't want to mess with the mountains. There we go. Okay. And then, yeah, I cut that. So I'm the two insides, I'm just giving it a little cut. And then we're going to glue that right in between the two mountains. Get us some glue going. I don't know what my phone is doing. It's almost fully charged, but it just keeps going bright and not. If you're screwing up, phone, I'm going to really be mad at you. I have a hard enough time. Okay. So now right on the edge. And make sure that you are staying away from the mountains. Not the 1/2 inch flaps. The 1/4 inch accordion mountains. Okay. Get it right on the edge. Got that one a little too low. Give it a little burnish. Okay. Now I'm going to squeeze down the two ends. Bring the top piece on the side, on the outside of each piece. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue just in the corner where I can glue those two outside pieces, kind of like framing up the pocket. And this also helps with making sure that your papers slide in nice, because they're going to slide in against the inside of this piece, which will lead you to hopefully get around this piece much better. Much better. Okay, so now we have a little box. It's just a little box because I glued those together. All right. So now we're going to bring our book back. clean up all my little edges here. Little housekeeping, please. Clean up on aisle 5. I worked in a grocery store for 8.5 years, so sorry. And my best friend worked in a grocery store for like 37.5 years. So she probably really doesn't want to hear that. I think she watches all my videos, so yeah. She lets me know, would you please stop saying that? Hi, Laurel. Okay, so this is going to go down like this. But before we do that, I want to go ahead and put paper down on here and to help cover all of this stuff because it's not going to be part of this build. So I have this piece and I'm going to go ahead. I thought I had done everything, but apparently, obviously, I didn't. So I'm going to take the little white strips off of here. Ah! Got it just right. And then I moved it, of course. Of course. Alrighty. And there. And one more, guys. Hang in there with me. One more. Okay. So, I want it to go where it's going to completely cover this, yeah, holly paper. Thank you. Thank you. I think that was Cheryl yelling at me. I heard you, girl. Heard you. She said she's always yelling at me. No, I like the pink one. Or something to that effect. So I just thought I would give her a little shout out. She's not been feeling very well. And that's a sorry thing. I'm so sorry for her. And I hope she's feeling better. All right. So there is that. And then we just need to cut it where we're going to have the end of our book. I'm trying to make sure that I don't go over the edge and into my gully for, you know, just to keep it nice and neat and clean and tidy. Keep it tidy. Keep it tidy. Okay, I made my mark where I want to cut for the end of my page. So now we should be able to, and this, I need to take off a little bit of this top. It's still got a smidge of white. And it's not exactly straight. There. So hopefully I'm still going to cover up. Yes. Perfect! Yeah, you know. Here we go. Gotta ink my edges. I did re-ink my old paper. I did have a re-inker. I was so surprised. Because that's not one that you use a lot. But I went into a, years ago now, but I went into a Tuesday morning, and oh my goodness, they had re-inkers for like $2 a piece. And I grabbed every one of them they had. Most of them were kind of those weirder colors that you don't get that often, but I'm glad I have them because I like to use the different inks. I get bored. Well, I get bored easy. Yes, I do. Yeah. And don't turn a TV on and expect me to craft because I still have to live that down. My girlfriend always says, oh my God, as soon as we put a movie in or something, especially when we're up at the cabin, when I go and visit her up there, we'll turn a movie on and just, you know, so we can chat and have noise and do our thing. And she'll look over and I'll be like, Watching TV. Yeah. I got like an inker in my hand, dauber in my hand, and doing nothing. Doing absolutely nothing. Okay, let's get this ball rolling here. This is going to be a nice, easy accordion pocket. And I love this background paper. Just love it. I've had so much fun working with this kit. Keon, The Wonders by Wink, Keon Shotwell. She did a great job with this kit. Okay, here we go. Actually, doggone it. Glad I thought about it. I want to fold this first fold line on our lid here, and I'm going to put glue on the inside of this first half inch flip, and I'm going to put glue on the outside. All right, and I'm going to center this right onto my paper, just eyeballing it. And now we're going to lay this puppy down. Let's see. I want to make sure that I'm getting this where I want it. I want it up just a little bit more. How is that? Come on. Oh, get your little tushy in there. Get your little tushy in there. No, I'm going to have to, and I moved it too far. No, there we go. All right, let's see. Can I get this all glued down now? Let's put it here, and here's my husband coming in, so you guys are going to hear some barking and stuff. No, going to have to re-glue. Let's just lift it up. Lift it up and re-glue. Okay, let's try this one. Hi, honey. All right. So we got this part down. And then is any of this, I think most of that got caught, just this very bottom here. And maybe the very top. So let's flip this up so I can see just few little spots. Okay. And there we go. All right. Okay. So there is our lid. Had to make sure I got that down. Okay. Now, our bottom piece, we want to make sure that when we put it down, that it is going to line up with our lid. Remember, they're both the same length, so it's going to end up with our lid. And we want to bring it in so we have enough room. Barking puppies. Got my barking puppies. Let me go ahead and get this 1/4 inch. There we go. Okay, so bring it in a little bit. Doesn't have to be down to the end of your paper. It's fine if it's, you just want to make sure that it's going to line up perfectly with your lid or your top flap, whatever it is you want to call it. All right. Okay, so that is going to be our pocket right there. I love how you can see the Merry Christmas right there. Excuse me. And let's see, is this going to fit? Yeah, good. We'll be able to see this. I haven't used this image yet, and I just loved it. Okay, so that'll work. All right, so when we've got this cut, let's go ahead and put our glue down on our little box part in the back. And by gluing those, the bottom one to the outside of these makes it a whole lot easier to put down, because it's now you don't have to worry about where all the flips and flaps are. So I'm going to just going to lightly lay it down. I'm going to lay my lid down, and I'm going to get it as straight as I can get it. You know me and straight. Okay, I believe all right, there we go. Okay, very nice. I think I've got it. There we go. Okay. Cool. Cool beans. So now I'm going to cut the white off of this, because I, again, am apologizing that I didn't get this part done already. Such a waste of good crafting time with you guys doing this little silly stuff. La la la. Okay. Whoops. So I tell you, this has been putting me in the mood to at least start my Christmas shopping. So I think this year I am going to do my Christmas shopping early. And usually I do fairly early, but okay, so as you can see, this one is a little short for me. Okay, so my phone got full. I didn't delete the last recordings that I'd done, so yeah, my phone got full. So I think I'm going to use one of these, and I'm going to cut myself, see, what is this? This is 2 inches, so I'm going to cut myself 2 1-inch strips, or I don't think I need that much. Something like 3/4 of an inch, maybe. I think that'll work. I think that will work just fine. 3/4 of an inch-esque. Okay, and we're going to do the top and the bottom. So we're just going to make a mark where we want to cut this. And I'm going to see if it's going to work on the other side, because then I can cut both at the same time. And it does. So where to put my other one? There it is. All right. So I'm going to line these bad boys up. I need the one with mark on it on the top so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So I got that lined up. Plus my mark. And cut. Okay, so there is that one and that one, and now we're going to do the same thing here. Get it where you're going to want it. Make a mark. And let me see if it's going to work fine on this side. Nope, I think I've got it, just needs a little bit longer on this side. So, there we go. You listen now, I don't need to lose you. All right, so let me cut these two. Where's my mark? There it is. All right, I got all these little white diddly bobs in here. Pain in the butt diddly bobs. And the mark is right there. So there is that one, I believe. No, is that the one? I don't know. We'll look. And here's this one. So let's see. Yeah, I think this one comes here. And, oop, oh, for heaven's sakes. And this one goes in. Okay. So now we're going to ink those. And you only need to ink like the outside, the, 3 sides. You don't have to ink everything because you won't see but about 1/4 of an inch of it. Okay, and this one. Okay, so let's get these glued down. Ah, left it too long. I also went in when my camera shut down. I went in to just chat with my husband. He was out working in the shop. And then we brushed our puppy's teeth. They get their teeth brushed. We usually try and do it like every other day, but sometimes we miss. I know the vet would probably like us to do it every day. It's like, no, I don't wanna. I don't wanna. Okay, so get that on there where you're going to want it. Leave yourself a nice little black edge. There we go. Yeah, it's good. And then you do want to make sure that you're lining it up with the other piece so it all goes in a nice line. This is super simple one, guys. Super simple one for all of the other stuff that I have done that wasn't super simple. Like all my fussy cutting. Sorry, but hey, it's beautiful and it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah, baby, it's worth it. I don't know, that's a song. I don't know what it is though. All right. So I have that where I want it there. I'm going to open the flap up on the top, find my pencil, and I'm going to mark where I want to cut this on both sides. Remember, it might not be perfect, but I want this to come up to the top of the red paper on both sides. So that is where I'm going to cut, not necessarily where it would be if you just stuck it in there. Okay. So let's see how we did here. That one's good. Yay! All right, let's ink this bad boy, and then we're going to think of a closure before we do this. So we can do, let's see, different kind of closures we can do. We can do the tie closure where you have a round circle and you flip it around. And we've done one kind of like that where we, on the pop-up, let me show it. This one, where we put this here and the actual tag is where the string is. So we've done that one. And that's an easy one to do, but I don't want to put one, I guess I probably could put it here, but I don't want to mess this up. So we can still do that, just only using one circle and just attaching our string to a, let's see, we could just attach a string with a brad, and that would work. So we'd have a brad here, and the string would come through the brad, and then have a nice little circle over here where we would wrap it around. That would work. Okay. Let me pop that back over there. So let me move this away for just a second. And we're going to find our center. There is... Okay, there's our center, and I do want to bring it in just a smidge. What brads do I have? So that's another thing, because if I have like a cool brad that's Christmassy or something, I want to make sure I have enough space for it. Like I have these green material wrapped ones, which would look really nice on this. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I think so. I like that. I like that a lot. And it's kind of the same green. I believe those are Stampin' Up! Ones. Like them. Like them, like them, like them. Okay, so I am going to make a mark right about here. So I am coming in about 1/2 inch. So let's bring the book back. And let's make sure that the 1/2 inch is going to clear our page. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring it in just about 1/4 inch more. So it'll be in, and you do the same thing. You make sure, and that is going to make sure that I don't, see now, if you take your center and put it right there, I'm not going to be impeding into this at all, but a teeny bit of her shoulder. Teeny bit of her shoulder. Now, so that I don't wrinkle this paper all up, I'm sticking foam underneath here and popping. And so we'll have our brad in there. But now, I'm just going to get that where it's already fit in. And that's got a little smudge on that button, that there button. Yeah, that's going to look really cute. Now, what string are we going to use? Okay. Let's bring my selection out. I don't want to use the baker's twine. Thank you, Leslie. Let's see. What all do we have in here? I've got some I've got little stacks here. What do I have in here? So this is floss, embroidery floss. This is more of a ropey. I think it's a little too thick. Okay, what about, do I have something nice in green? So I have this variegated green. That's pretty. And I have this little ribbon-esque stuff, which that might look really nice. It does have blues and grays, which is also on, so let's, I think that might work. I might tie this end, and this is all green. Yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, so I'm going to leave this little card out. I got enough string stuff, don't I? Yep. Got plenty. Never need to buy another bit of string cording. But yet I still do. Oh yeah. Okay, so okay, so I am going to, do I want to try and pull this through a little bit? I think I do. Instead of trying to tie a knot underneath, I think I'm going to try and push this through the hole and get it pulled through. There we go. See, not that hard. And I want to pull through enough that I'm going to be able to not have it pull through. And I want to get rid of most of that blue. Okay. A little double-sided tape. And I'm just going to lay this across it and then leave the little flap on because I cut off too big of a piece. Okay, and then I'm going to get myself a nice little bit of this because you never know what you're going to want to do. So now I'm going to pull this back and put my brad through. There, perfect. Put that away. That can get put away. I'm losing my strings here. Okay, and I'm just gonna flip that like that, and I will put that back in a few minutes. All right, and we've already inked this, so now we can go ahead. Let me pull the rest of my tape backing off. Oops, there we go. Stay on the page. Okay. Open our flap up. Don't get our strip in the glue. And we want to center top and bottom. And once we get that centered, A little black edge all around. There we go. Ain't it beautiful? I love it. Okay. So now on this side, we need to come up with something to twirl around. And I can either do this, so it's just a continuation, but I have it here, or I'd like it to be a little different. Or we can make this piece the same height as this piece and stick it on. Not wild about that. Sorry, pulling it right out in front of you. What about this one? Let's see what we got. That might work if I can find it. That might work if I can find it. Let's see. This one would work. Yes. Let's just do this one. And is that going to be the same height? Let me cut this off so I can see. This is one that I printed portrait, or it's supposed to be printed portrait, and I printed it landscape. So it only printed, it wanted to print this way, but it only printed the 8.5 on the 11 side. All right, so let me get this white edge off of both the top and the bottom, and then we will have, I believe, exactly the same length. Yes. So now we're just going to make this match up with the red outside strips at both the top and the bottom. Okay, and that's what I'm going to cut. I'm not going to line it up any other way but except right on my marks. Let's make sure that we've got it proper. Yes, we do. Now, how do you like that? I wonder if I put the green on this side. I think I like the green on that side better. Yeah, okay. Let me ink this. And then what to use on for our wraparound thingy. What to use. I'm trying to think. There's no little round circles, but there are let's see. There are, well, there's words, but those are very rectangular. We do have this. So let's see, which one do we like? Got the Merry Christmas. That's very nice, very simple. Got the Santa Claus, but he's already right here. Got that, but the poinsettias would be nice too. Let's do the poinsettias. So I'm going to cut this just, you know, largely out. And I'm going to get a piece of my chipboard. Now, these came in my husband's socks, and they're pretty stiff. I think I used it on my other one as well. And I'm just going to glue this down. Okay. Not work on my book. Bad, bad, bad. So I'm going to glue this down and make sure. All right. And I'm going to go ahead because this is pretty tough. Let me get my Timmy scissors. I am going to kind of give this a quick cut so I don't have to worry about that. And we're just going to go around the edges. Yes, we are. Just gonna go around that edge. Okay. Gonna do this. Trying very hard not to let it slip. Just take your time. This is just a Sharpie. And you want to turn the edge every once in a while because your ink will start drying out because the tip is opened up. Sorry, my allergies are starting to act up a bit. Okay, I don't know. My phone is just being oddball today. It just said maximum recording time reached, but then it started recording again, but I didn't think it was, so I don't know. All right, let's get my little foam pad out again. And I think for this, I don't want to have a big thing. Let me see. I do have one of these I could put on there. It's super cute. So, it doesn't matter what brad. Do I have one laying around? Oh, I do. Look, right here. Good. Okay, so I'm going to kind of find my center. Poke a little hole in there. Put my brad in. I am going to get one of my little washers. That's what I use. Super cheap at Lowe's, Home Depot. You just want to find the smallest. I have these, which I think are they're like a 1/2 inch, but I found some other ones that are 3/8. So I use the 1/2 inch ones when I don't have a matter about, you know, if it doesn't really matter about the space. Like I have lots of space on this one, so I'm using my larger ones instead of using the smaller ones that I will need when you know, when I have just a little teeny piece, a little flower cut out or something that I want to do one on. So there you go. There you go. All right. So I'm going to flip this book around so that I can let this dry. I'm going to have the green side on this side. I want to line up this paper with both edges of this paper. And then I'm going to figure out, now this, I'm not going to turn it over. I'm just going to do like this. This is long. So I think I'll do it right in this space right here. Let's go ahead and do our pencil. Kind of line it up with this one. And so I'm going to poke a hole right there while I'm letting that dry so I don't wrinkle my paper. Make it a little bigger so it'll go right through. See, that'll be cute. That'll be cute. And then this will just go around it. And we can, I've left enough if we want to put a charm or something like that. See, I guess I did ink this already, but it looks like I missed a corner here. All right. How are you coming? Have you grabbed on? Oh, yeah, you're good. I just don't want to. Nope, you're good. Okay, so I'm going to put this down through there. Flip it. Open up our brad. And give it a nice little pinch, but we've got that spacer in there. And I'm going to take a little piece of score tape and put it across the brad, and it just will help to not really allow it to move. All right, it will kind of keep this from moving too much. And now, excuse me, I am going to see, I can lay it off to the side just a little bit, which I think will be just fine. Can lay it off to this side. Since I have the larger one there, we can put it wherever we want it. It's just not going to lay right across the brad part because I didn't put a flat brad down. I think I'm going to put it right there, and I think I'm going to use my Aleene's mixed media adhesive. Since I don't, I normally probably would have used my Fabri-Tac, but okay, so there's that. You always want to make sure you close this pretty well. All right, so there's that. And I'm going to go ahead and pull my backing off of this. And we're going to, that's the green part, yes. Okay, so let's get this glued down. Oops. Then we are done with the front inside pocket. And then guess what? Ephemera and cover. That'll be it. Yay. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, so we want to line this up with the existing line from our bottom of our pocket. Got a little bit of excess, but that's okay. So I'm going to flip it over and do some burnishing, and then make sure this is good and tight. Okay. And then that can just go right through there. Other way. It doesn't really matter. I mean, there's no like rule or anything. Isn't that cute? I love it. Let's flip her around. Oh, yeah. And then I can tie a little charm. That'll be really cute. Really, really, really cute. Love it. And then I can not have that blue right there. Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. Okay, then the only other thing we have is this piece. And I think we're going to do this so that we have a piece that brings this in. Pencil. Pencil. Lost my pencil. There it is. Found my pencil. Okay, so let's get it cut this way first. Where to put my mark? There it is. Okay, there it is. Okay. So there's that piece. Got black all the way around, and stay away from your edges. Now I'm going to move it up, line it up along here the way we want it, and then make a mark where we're going to want it cut. Let me get this mark erased. And where's my mark? Right there. Okay. Let's see how I did. Oh, a little long. Let's take off just a smidge. Just a smidge. Good. And it is, yeah, we're good. Let's ink this puppy, and then we're done. I mean, there's still some things that need to get done. I have to go through, and I have some collage work to do. But now that I have all of these pieces of paper cut up and bits and pieces left, I will be able to get my collages done. And remember, you just take a piece of copy paper and you just lay it in just like you would mat, just like you were going to use that piece of paper to mat your page, just like we did with this. Leave the black edge all the way around at whatever width you like your black edge. And then you take all your bits and pieces and you cover that piece of copy paper up with all your bits and pieces, however you want to do it. You can use all kinds of large strips. You can use little strips. You can use a punch that has like an octagon or six-sided thing. I don't know what you call it. 6 sides. Stop sign. Anyway, okay. So we can just glue this one down. Those of you, if you were watching me on the camera, I stuck my tongue out. I did. Okay. Lay this puppy down right where you want it. Make sure you got your nice little black edge. Glue it down well. Staying away from the fold line. Isn't that adorable? I love it. There we go. And when you open this up, guys, I can fit my whole hand in there. It opens up a 1/2 inch. The whole thing, because we gusseted the bottom too. So you can fit in a 1/2 inch of stuff. Well, here is, what is this? 3/8 of an inch. Look, all the way in. All the way in. No bulging, no nothing. And then come around with this. That is going to move a little bit. That's okay. There we go. Because this is only 1/4. So it is going to be a little bit of bulk when you have that much. But you can do it. You can do it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me. And next time we will be showing you every place that I needed to do. There's the book. That's the innards so far. Ooh, little mouthy, but that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, but we're going to do, I will do it off camera, all my bits and pieces. And I mean, because I printed out so many things. I don't know, I have got so many. This one, I might as well, well, I won't throw it away. I will use this side for something. So I just put that into my, but you know, all of these that I printed out, but I've got tons of little pieces. Look, I've got 3 of those. Holy Hannah. And there's one of those. And there's a strip. And here is some little bits and pieces. And there is a Santa Claus. And there's that I printed off incorrectly. So really kind of a waste. And her. And my favorite. But I printed that one incorrectly. And that one didn't come out well. And that one was where my printer started leaking. And then I've got these little pieces here. So lots and lots of pieces to use up. Yeah, lots and lots of pieces to use up. So that's what I'm going to do, is all of my collaging and my tags and my booklets. Now I did make, let's see. I changed it and put this tag here, but this is a collage page. And then remember here, this back piece is a collage page. And if you remember correctly, when you, oh, so sorry. When you go to do this, you're going to lay your paper, your copy paper down and draw around. Cut it. Make sure it's laying just the way you want it. Then cover it, and then just cut that, all the extra pieces that are sticking up out of your design, and just cut it off. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. Okay, so we have that. We have tags that need to go into this one. And we've got a pocket. You slide this back over. We have a pocket here. All right. Boom. Here, I think, no, we're all done here. That's the pop-up page. I have a booklet to go in here, and it's going to be covered somehow. I don't know that I will do collage paging on that one, just because there's so much going on. I don't want to detract from this, so I might just do that one solid something or other. But we have all of this to collage. I have to fix this pocket. When I go to do that, guys, I will come back and show you that little tidbit. But we've got all of this, and I think I do have an extra space here, so I think I might do some pockets here, where we can get some of these larger. I probably will print these out in a smaller form, But I want to get some of these larger ones in some pockets. I might do a very thin pocket here where I can just kind of stick 2 of them in. All right. But those are simple. Simple. We've been over those and over those and over those. So, and then here in this pocket, I actually made a booklet, just 8.5 by 11, folded it on the 11 side, and then cut it down. Because remember, we do have this sealed, and both of these pockets are sealed in that area. So, can't get through. And then I have two simple tags, 2 different sizes in this pocket. And this I did not leave open. It is glued all the way down, all the way around. And I need to make the tag that goes into here. And both of these tags will actually sit to the outside, closing the lid up. And then here, I think, yeah, we've got these tags and maybe something else to go with these. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you guys so much. And when I bring you back to do that pocket, I will also bring you back and we will work on our poinsettias. Now remember, I couldn't find this poinsettia, but I had this poinsettia. So they're all smaller. So I will be making one huge one out of what I had cut from the die. I have no clue where it's at. And this poinsettia die, this is the largest, and then they've got a medium and a small, and leaves. So I was able to cut leaves off of this one because I cut red leaves from the other one because I never got into the green. So there you go. So we will go over how we're making this beautiful poinsettia and before we get into the cover. Love you guys. Oh.